Hello, hello, hello. I am live. I think I'm live. Actually, I know I'm live. It says live. My name is Linda. I'm your Back in the Groove Again coach. I'm a career coach, and I'm actually live from a hotel room. Just a little bit of information about that. Um, if you've been following along, you know that I've had to travel out of town to deal with family issues, to deal with family matters. So I'm out of town right now, and things are working out okay. Everything is falling into place, and I'm really quite happy with the result. So I'm in my hotel room, and I thought I'd do a quick live to touch base, but also to give you some tips on how to look at work in a different perspective. Hello, can you type your name in? Tell me who is watching me right now. I'd love to say hello to you. Let me know who's watching. So, a lot of people now are either not working or they're working, they're back at work, or perhaps they're anticipating a layoff, which is quite possible. And I want you to be thinking of your job search from a different perspective altogether. Type in your name, please. I'd love to say hi to you. Sometimes we look for work according to job postings. I'll give you an example. I'm a teacher. I would look for jobs that say teaching position. Or I'm a customer service clerk, and I would look for jobs that says customer service clerk. I would look according to the job posting. And so because we've identified with a job posting, that could either be a good thing or it could keep us limited. So it could be a good thing because we know how to do customer service, or we know how to be a teacher, whatever that title is. It's a good thing because if we've done that type of work before, then we know exactly how to, prepare a resume and how to prepare for the interviews. But if we haven't found any job postings according to what we've worked with in the past or worked on in the past, hello, who's watching me? Who's here? Type your name in the chat box, please. So if you can't find jobs according to the posting, you might think, oh my God, I'll never be able to find a job. So I'm suggesting to you to be open, to be flexible, because if we only rely on what we see as a job title and we don't see any, we might think there's no work. But there could be work. There could be work for different reasons. First of all, maybe there are jobs that aren't posted, but that are available. And the other thing is maybe you need to be flexible. Maybe you need to take a look at your transferable skills. And that's what I really want to focus on a little bit more for the next few minutes. And so I'm going to ask whoever's viewing me right now, are you working? Do you have a job? And if so, what type of work do you do? Give me an idea, because I want to be able to help you as well. Right? Type it in the chat box. I'd love to know who's watching me. So when it comes to transferable skills, I'm going to give you some examples of transferable skills. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you because I found a really good article. So when I'm going to be screen sharing, I might not be able to see you necessarily if you write comments. So let me get ready to do a screen share. And we're just going to go through this fairly quickly. I found this great article on transferable skills. For example, communication, having strong communication to impart information. That's one great example of a transferable skill. Dependability, which means that you are trusted. We can rely on you to get to work on time, to take responsibility. Teamwork is another example of a transferable skill. So there's a lot of transferable skills, adaptability, leadership, okay? There's a lot of transferable skills, and oftentimes we are not thinking about our transferable skills. We're not aware of these transferable skills, and we only think of the work skills or the technical skills that we've done at work. And so when we look for jobs and we don't see our job title or postings with the job title, we think there's no work. And that's not necessarily true. Okay, so you have to be flexible, you have to be open-minded more, and start looking at what are your transferable skills. And other than, looking online, and I just sent you I showed you an example of a website that has great examples of transferable skills. Ideally, you're working with a coach, because you might not know you have that skill that is transferable from one field or one industry, one position to the next. And by working with a career coach, now I'm a career coach, by working with me, for example, you're going to go, wow, I never really thought about it. And a lot of my clients say that, when I ask them for examples of things they've done at work, and I say, well, that's an example of a transferable skill. And they go, wow, I never thought that this was an example of a transferable skill. And I said, yeah, because what you're doing here is similar to what you could be doing in another job, which means if you rely on a job posting and if you don't see any job postings, you might think there's no work. So you yeah, transferable skills in particular, because they are what is going to allow you to look at other possibilities, to look at other job postings. All right. And the other thing I want to talk a little bit about is, what problems do you want to solve? What type of problems do you want to solve? Now, you might want to solve problems that rely on organization. Maybe you like to organize things. Maybe you like to resolve client issues. You like to deal with clients and talk with clients, and you like to resolve their problems. That would be maybe customer service, but maybe not necessarily. So you want to think about what problems you resolve, and you want to think about transferable skills. I'm going to ask who's watching me right now. Hello, type your name in the chat box. I'd love to say hello to you. My name is Linda. I'm your Back in the Groove Again coach. I am a career coach, and I do offer services in career coaching, career counseling. I'm not a guidance counselor like you would see in high school. I do a lot more than just work related to high school stuff. For example, here's a few other things that I can help you with, especially if you're being laid off or if you want to change jobs. Perhaps you have no idea of what to do. You don't know because you've worked in this position for so many years, or with this type of job title for so many years, that you really don't know what you can do now. So when you work with me, or when you work with a career coach, other than having conversations and asking you some questions about your interests and about your natural talents, I will also help you through you completing some assessments. And through completing assessments and discussing it with me, you're able to see how your interest or how your personality preference is suitable for all sorts of other jobs. Now, you wouldn't be told, well, just because you have this type of personality preference, or just because you have this interest, that this is what you must do. No, there's a discussion. We talk about what it is that you might want to do now that you have all of these different options. So all of this is what I'm talking about, is things that you would be doing maybe on your own, but it's always better to to work along with a career coach who can support you along the way, especially if you are anticipating a layoff and you know it's going to happen, or you have been recently laid off and you'll be on EI for a while. It's a perfect opportunity to explore your options, right? You know, if you think you'd like to change jobs, during this period of transition, if you're being laid off, it's a perfect opportunity really to explore your options. So I'm going to, stop there. I'm going to ask who's watching me, because I want you to write down in the chat box, in the comment section, your name. And if you have any questions or any comments on what I've said, I've talked about transferable skills. I've talked about being flexible and being open-minded to look for other possibilities and to work along as well with a career coach. And what I'll also suggest is, especially if you're exploring your options right now, I'm going to encourage you to sign up for my video series, 5 Secrets to Discover Your Ideal Career. I'm also going to add the link to the chat box as well, so that you can go and sign up for that as well. All right, if you have any questions following this, and now that most of you will be will be viewing this afterwards, if you are viewing it afterwards, type #replay. If you have any questions, write your questions. I will respond to your questions as well. Thank you for watching me today. And I am Linda. I'm your Back in the Groove Again coach. I'm a career coach, and I'm here to help you find your ideal career and maybe even rediscover a love that you've forgotten about, a love life that you've forgotten about in terms of work. All right, everybody, have a great day, great evening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.